Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back. And when I say welcome back this time, I mean welcome back. It has been a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, but we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I do appreciate y'all standing by and waiting for me to complete this series, but I'm excited to dive into one of the probably last episodes of this game. Now, y'all might be wondering why that last video was 13 minutes. I'm sorry about that. So the way that I record videos, they're in like 30-minute increments. Me solving the puzzle of the vase in that last one took me well over almost 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. I had to cut the rest out. I thought it would be a full episode. That was before I left. I came back thinking I had a full episode ready because I had already processed it and everything, and I was going to put it together with another video. I forgot to record another video on top of that, you know? So I had basically made an outro for it for no reason that I was going to cut out anyways, because it was too short, and stitched together another one. I never did that. I just came home, did the thumbnail, and then by the time I learned that the video was too short, I had already basically finished the thumbnail. So here we are, back to our regularly scheduled programming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into it. This is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Final Day, Trial Ladder, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Damn, it feels good to be back. Can I get an amen? February 25th, 1206, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yeah, and in case you guys didn't watch a video for about as long as I've been gone, or maybe even longer, and don't really know what's going on, as a recap, we did actually find out that Emma's name was spelled on that vase. Kind of got her put in jail, technically, or kind of got her indicted, or whatever you want to call that, convicted. Kind of got her convicted, so it's a little bit our bad, but at the same time, like, we fight for justice, and I'm sorry, justice doesn't have a moral compass. So, without further ado, again, let's jump into it. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble or anything. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Huh? What? Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Poor Gumshoe. I kind of feel bad for him because we like lost him his job, but like, bro, read the room. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all day while on duty. And to top it all off, you'll call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. A book? Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. I know you're not talking criminal. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all those allegations being thrown against me? Mr. Edgeworth, I don't care. What is going on? Why is my mouse is glitching? The real trial today hasn't even begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Huh? She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? Yeah, I figured this would be the case. So Gant probably arranged for it to look like Emma did it, and was blackmailing Lana the entire time to make it seem as though that was the case. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Ooh, oh my mama! Let's get it! February 25th, 12:52, District Court, Courtroom Number 9. You already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Don't bow. Don't bow. That does not look good. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. Huh? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that! It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and, Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I got you, bro. Hand it off. Let's go. Tag team it. Let's get it. The prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. You already know. What? There's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witness. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Me? Of course, my brother, yeah! Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you called the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... they didn't give me enough time to hit save. So... who could we call? See, we could call Emma, but that would just hurt the case even more. I say that we call... Gant. Yeah. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does that have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Why am I making him sound like a high schooler? True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Yeah, again, I want to hear what you got to say, you slime ball greasy. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and fucking occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? But please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SNL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when non-assistant murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things that are unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that the police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Is that a threat? Excuse me? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? And that's not just Phoenix asking that, that's me. Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Yeah, like being hella sus. Are you joking? Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Begin your sorry testimony. I'm trying to hear what you have to say, so I can pick it apart. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Okay, cool, but I want you to explain to me why when he escaped, why weren't you there trying to figure out where bro went? You know what I'm saying? Is that when Darke was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. I just want to know why, like, when he was going off, running around and stuff, like Marshall's brother was running around, why wasn't he behind him? Why wasn't he ready for it? If he didn't have anything involved, he had nothing to lose going to figure out what was going on. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Darke bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the chief police has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. Pause. Okay. As I recall, okay, yeah, let's press him on this. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his reward, Neil was fired up too. That's probably what spooked Darke and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Darke ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. Okay, so let's talk about the power outage a little bit more. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Darke made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went through his heart. Hello? Hello? Are we not gonna stop him from making jokes? This is your employee and you're making jokes. I want the judge to sit here and actually, like, just think about it for a second before I hit left click. Like, is it not obvious this man is clearly putting on a weird facade? Like, he's trying too hard. I just don't know, bro. Like, this is the kind of thing that pisses me off. Every time I get behind this mic, I sit down in this chair and I boot up Ace Attorney. I have to fight for my life every single day to keep my health from going down by answering questions that make no sense sometimes. And then people like Gant, one thing, he doesn't even have to testify apparently. Another thing, he can just sit here and make jokes and say anything he wants. And it's just cool. Like, bro. It's not funny. That's what I'm saying. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Oh, wait, go back. Press. Okay. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Darke was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Interesting. Next to them were these two poor girls. So wait, when he fell into the knife, did he get on it and then slide off it? Or is he accusing Lana of having arranged the entire thing so that she, like, was the one who, I don't know. Next to them were those two poor girls. Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. Okay. What do you mean by this? How can you know that? Because of the victim's body, it had already been moved. So that means... You found the body near Lana's desk? That's right! I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yeah? Anyway... As you can see, I had nothing to do with this forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at that court record. Worthy, always a smooth talker. What are we doing? Stop. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant for the... Okay, so we have to get him on that last statement, right? Stop. Hold on. We have to get him on that last statement. Alright, so we need to present... So first of all, let's save here. We already know what we gotta do. Save here. Go back. Backspace. Backspace. Hit that present button, and then there is literally a piece of evidence where he's clearly forging evidence. I mean, it's either this or this. Yes, let's go. First day back, first time, first answer. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list for example. That's the list that Miss Guy drew a picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar was sitting in your office. Was found also inside of your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office. Okay, we're getting into evidence, a lot of evidence. I feel like reading that book is going to be the key to hoping to be able to clear all of it. They're both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Okay. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? What are my stakes, bro? I want you to answer to me. What do you think my stakes and motive would be? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy, he gonna be like, I stripped him of his badge. He ain't a reliable source, you better shut your ass up. Like, bro, if you don't get your grimy ass on somewhere, I got this. I know what I know my truth, brother. I'ma prevail. Even when it seems like I can't. Not even the detectives Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his true punishment and his due punishment. And he hit him with the dick. Pause. Whoa. What I meant to he hit him with the disrespectful name is what I meant. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Okay. I'm excited to see like where this is about to go, because I'm about to have to clear my own name too. I mean, shit, ain't nothing new. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Darke was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Like, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. Bro, I see that one. I don't know if that's a shine off your forehead or if that's a sweat bead, but I think I got you leaking, bro. I think I got you leaking. You better chill. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Huh. Alright, alright, Dudgy, in return. Whoa, glitch. Definitely says judge. It's definitely supposed to be Gant. Alright, Udgy, in return though. I know, that place, right? Huh? One of these guys telepathic? In what place, bro? You got like a secret island or something? You be doing weird? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. Evidence and forgery. Okay, so he claims that we could have planted this in his office. Okay, well, I'd appreciate it if you stopped making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and I tipped... Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Yeah, what are you saying? Why are you trying to self-incriminate? And what do you have to prove to this sleazeball? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Raito's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. I don't know, Von Karma might give him room for his money, though. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. Okay, maybe this is where we gotta press him at. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery... I'm not through speaking yet, righto, so you better shut that ass up. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Darke was convicted, then they're worthless. Press him on this. We might have to read the book. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not, after all. It wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Darke was sentenced. What? Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't already know. Come on, righto, think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Yeah, I don't really know a motive yet, but there's gotta be one somewhere. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. The position of Chief Police? Is that what it is? He just wanted the job? Bro, get a promotion like everyone else. Be outstanding. Don't be a criminal. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That, of course, you would be in the position of Chief of Police. Sorry, I paraphrased. Oh? The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That, in itself, is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. What? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yeah, he was gonna be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So what other motive could he possibly have? Because here's my problem in this whole thing. Everything that he is saying, it's making his, or not everything he is saying, but everything we've discovered up to this point, it all leads to him. So there has to be some motive. But what could that motive be? What reason would he have for killing both Darke and Neil? Interesting. Well, for one thing, he and Lana were both in the running, or were not in the running, were both like big detective. I think he was like lead detective, wasn't he? Or lead prosecutor? I don't know. Whatever, he was lead with Lana, and Neil was like pretty up there too, king of prosecutors. So I think that the biggest thing is that he wasn't the only one in the running. I don't know what the next in line part means, like if there was a hierarchy, so he must have been above them, but I feel like that would have been the only way that he would have like had to fight for that position. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Therefore, it's out in the open now. Udgy, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Okay. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about this is yours truly. The only one I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness? Would he have helped someone out? Point out, accomplice. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright? It appears you're positively... We already know, bro. We already know we gotta hit him with this. Save button. As a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Like what? Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? I mean, who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? So he was murdered in this case that we're in right now. My assumption is Lana. He helped forge Emma's evidence. Let's see. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Okay. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Okay, so I did have the right idea. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Like, bro, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We're all over here. Judges in Neverland. Where is your head, bro? In the clouds. Get it together. Listen to that silence. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet in the... You got it. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Right-ho, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than conjecture. Unless... that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Okay. So I did have the right idea with this. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're good. What? Order. I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency to accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That it's impossible. Like, is it really? Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Stand 10 toes down. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then, I saw that health bar appear. I'm quick with it. I'm quick with it. Can't get me. Alright then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Good question, Your Honor. So actually, his number, check the number. 7777 is the number. Okay, so that's evidence number 1, right? That seems plausible. Half-written document, lost item report, evidence floor plans, the rubber glove, the vase, Emma's name, fingerprints, security video, SL9 incident files, evidence list. I mean, I feel like it has to be the locker room number. It's just weird. It's probably not this. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that I actually got it, bro. Let's get it. Let's go. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777777. Sorry, but there's no way you could prove that's my card number. It's your number. he said, there's no way you can prove it. Me. It's your number. Like, cut the bullshit. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777-7777-7. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you went to the evidence room on the day of the crime. What buffoon would put his ID number... I mean, it doesn't technically have to mean that. This is just the way that the game is written. But like, what buffoon would have written 777-7777? The same ID card. That's like putting your social security as your lock, as your passcode on your phone, or like as a password. It's kind of dumb, right? Order, Chief Gant. What do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. Then I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. Fair enough. Anything for justice. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. I'm sorry, Judge. I'm a goofy goob. Like, bro, look at him. He about to break into like absolute like shambles right now. What about it? I'm chief of police. Whatever. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why? It looked like you gotta go to the bathroom right now, sir. Oh my gosh, you good? Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. Ooh, hold on. You hadn't seen him in days. Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. Pause. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. Stop it, Your Honor. It isn't. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. The truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Lean on me all you want. You know me. I always got the evidence. I got the stuff for you. I got the evidence tonight. You know, I got the evidence for you. I mean, it would either be this or this. At 221 SL9. Is it the screwdriver? Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gant. Okay, no. Brought back to Edgeworth's office by Gant's request. Half-written document dated 221 can only be submitted to the... Hey, we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! You can only submit this to the chief of police. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have to give that report to the chief of police. Yet here you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. No, he filed it. How do you know, you ask? Or how do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh? Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompany the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way that the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Let's go, bro. I mean, hey, look, he's figuring it out without me, but I'm glad, because, like, right now, I'm kind of just going along and figuring it out as we, you know? Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered Paul Goodman. Huh. Exactly. Hey, I like these one-liners. So you mean to say I, the chief of police, murdered Detective Goodman? Exactly. Like, bro, Chad. But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany... Oh, wait, no. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. You could have just lent him his ID card. Yes, now that you mention it, I believe I might have... Look at you changing your testimony. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Ooh. Oh, bro, I saw the N right there, and I was getting ready to say, hold on a second, brother. You might be tan-skinned, but no. Chief Gant, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I just thought it was a useless clue that was taking up space. How would the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Oh god, bro. He used the Blue Badger panel. Well, I see. Maybe I'll use this later to move your dead body, Mr. Wright. Huh? I thought I cooked. I thought I had it right away. Okay. All right, I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. It's one hit. It's one hit. I mean, it would have been... There's a handprint on it. Like, whatever. Anyway. What did he use? I mean, I don't know. A car? He used Edgeworth's car! Whoa. Hold on a minute. I just have to figure out the best piece of evidence for it. I mean, we have the car. Oh, bro. I mean, everyone knows the car had the body in it. Oh no, let's try Edgeworth's car. This would make sense. I see. Maybe I'll use... Yeah. Alright, bro. You funny. Anyways, so I'm thinking it has to be the car. Edgeworth's car, obviously. A parking stub? Miles Edgeworth? You mean... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. You mean... I carried the victim's body? Precisely so. But wait. Even you know, I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day. But you did return. Tell me, why? Because of the memo? I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Okay. I had the right answer, I just couldn't find the right piece of evidence. So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk. Like I said, I knew that. I just didn't know the evidence. Detective Goodman's body was carried to the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yeah, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked for Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. This was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe. Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. You don't get to leave for lunch? But this cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier. A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Right? So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. You were just on us. You were just with us, bro. Where did you, like, hello? You were just with us. Well, Mr. Wright? Bro, you were just with us. Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna need you to bear with me for a second. You were just with me, though. Proof that Chief Gant murdered the detective and... Whatever, do I have concrete proof? Proof? I keep saving it. Hold on a second. I'm just making sure I got all the points. Present the evidence. I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor. I do have such evidence. Then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better prove Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. So the knife from SL9. So I mean, let's think about this logically for a second, okay? Let's think about this logically for a second. So Chief Gant kills Goodman in the evidence locker room, right? The same room that holds all of the evidence from SL9. So he takes evidence out of these. He's clearly done it already. He's moved the screwdriver from one of Edgeworth's previous cases to make sure that he gets to the office, which stands to reason that he would have taken the evidence, right, from the locker room. So that automatically links Gant to being in the room. The switchblade was also there. No one else would have had access to that. But it doesn't say that that's Goodman's blood, though. It does not say that. I mean, I would say either the autopsy report, because it points to the time period. It would have to be literally from the time. Do these have times on them? They do. So within an hour and a half. So within an hour and a half. So by 5:30 p.m., which is perfect. Around this time. So what, did he stab him? Oh, within the hour and a half. So the timelines match up. We just have to link him. What about the trophy? So what exactly is evidence? It's proof. That's whether or not it's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt. I'll let you be the judge, but I am the judge. All right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? They love doing that, bro. They love dangling the hope that I guessed right, and every time they play me for a fool, bro. All right, another day, another dollar. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, so without a shadow of a doubt, this is the part that's still stumping me because I seriously don't know what beyond a shadow of a doubt. Never in this entire history of this game have we gone to a point where we have not found any bit of evidence. I have gone through every piece of potential evidence I can find, and nothing matches, nothing works. I'm told every time that I'm stupid. I've been belittled by the same judge. I don't know what to do anymore. So for the sake of just, you know, saving us time, let's give him the badge, let him tell us we're wrong, so we can go back. Because I think the answer is that we don't have proof. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See ya, G. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Yudgy, I'll leave the rest to you. He's really about to get away with it, bro. This makes my blood boil, especially because I had to waste another 2 health bars. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Okay. Edgeworth, what do you have to say? Lady Luck, huh? Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all of the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room, and that would be Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Who are you? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor, the defense calls forth Lana Skye. The defendant? Miss Lana Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet. So no one thinks that his behavior is suspicious? If you really thought you were innocent, would you really be out here making threats? Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Alright, we're now just as lost as we ever were, bro. February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. Hey, gang, let's get it. Hey, Gumshoe, welcome. Hey, yeah, I don't remember you putting in an application, but I can make something slide. You know what I'm saying? My office. Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it always he who gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Okay, risks. What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? I figured it was Emma. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery, so she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, My sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man, and she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean, you buffoon? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do something, to force her to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. All right, Edgeworth, calm down. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this shit. Okay. So that wasn't the final part. That wasn't the final part, but we're getting close. We're getting close. All right, everyone. Well, that was episode number 26, or part 26 on the channel of Ace Attorney, the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I am very close, I believe, to wrapping this up. I think the next video that comes out will be the entire conclusion of this series so far, so I'm very excited for that and very excited to see what is going to come of this trial. Gant clearly was pulling the strings, but I guess that back in like the second investigation, I think, so easy, light work. More than likely, it's just going to be the next iteration of this trial, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be us duking it out, trying to get the truth out of Lana. That'll hopefully connect Gant to the crimes. But anyways, y'all, that will wrap it up for this episode. Please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you liked the video, and make sure that you hit that alerts button if you want to be notified every single time that a new video comes out. I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the very next, hopefully very epic conclusion of this series, y'all. Peace!